Find and interpret quartiles of a data set. So the first thing we really need to focus on is what is a quartile. So a quartile just basically means quart or quarter, right, which we know is 4 equal pieces. So we're going to take a data set and we're going to chop it in half, because that makes 2 equal pieces. And then if we chop those in half, now we have 4 equal pieces. So when you think about chopping things in half, mathematically, I hope you think about the median, because that's the big piece. So first we're going to find the median, which is going to chop it in half, and we also call the median quartile 2. Then we cut each of those in half. Okay, so thinking about our image we just had, when we cut it in half, that's quartile 2, and you'll see why in just a minute. Now we have a lower half, which is here. If I find the median of that, that's going to give us quartile 1. And if I find the median of the upper half, that's quartile 3. Because you can see we have chunk 1, chunk 2, chunk 3, chunk 4. So the full thing would be quartile 4, but we don't really talk about it like that because that's kind of, you know, the maximum number. Okay, so let's go do this. We're going to find a lot of medians. So find the quartiles for the following set of data. Big thing, because we're finding medians, don't forget your data must be least to greatest. Now, I've already given you this data set least to greatest, so we can just jump right in and find our median. So we always start with the median. Okay, step 1, find the median. Now, here we have an even set of numbers, right? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. We have 10 numbers. Okay, so to find the median, and I'm a big fan of drawing vertical lines when you find your median. So the median here is going to be the average. So if we do the chop, 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 this is how I like to find my median. It's going to be between 7 and 9, right? So the average of 7 and 9, 7 plus 9 equals 16 divided by 2. My median is 8. Now, that means it's between 7 and 9. So because the median is between 7 and 9, that means those numbers are still in play. This is why I like to draw vertical lines. So we now have the front half goes from 2 and it takes 7. Okay, so we know that, let's put it over here, Q2 equals 8. Okay, so now when I'm looking at my lower half, goes 2 through 7, I need to find the median of the lower half. Okay, so now I have 5 numbers, 2, 4, 5, 5, and 7. So the median of the lower half is going to cut through the middle number, which in this case is 5. So Q1 is 5. Now look at the upper half. That goes 9, 10, 11, 13, 15. So I have 5 numbers. So my third step is finding the median of the upper half. So again, it's the middle number. It's going to cut right through the number 11. So Q3 is 11. Now, one thing that I want to point out as you're looking at this, when you're done and you cut your vertical lines through your medians, notice how many numbers you have in each of your chunks. Okay, so you can say I have 2 numbers that fall before the first quartile. I have 2 numbers that fall between quartile 1 and 2. 2 numbers that fall between quartiles 2 and 3, and 2 numbers that fall after the third quartile. Those should always be equal. They don't have to always be 2, but the number of numbers that you have between all of the quartiles should always be equal, because you're breaking your data into 4 equal parts. So in this case, these are my quartiles. Let's do one more with an odd set of numbers. So here we have 12, 18, 21, 21, 23, 27, 31, 38, and 41. And because we have an odd number, the median is going to cut right through a number. So our first step is to find the median, which, as we know, is quartile 2. So because we have 9 numbers, the 5th number is going to be my median. So Q2 is 23. Now, because I cut through that number, it is no longer in play. This is why I like to put the vertical line, so I know whether or not I'm playing with that number. So my lower half, right, step 2, median of the lower half, I have an even number of numbers. So my median is going to be the average of 18 and 21. So I add those together, I get 39, and I divide by 2, which gives me 19.5. So my median of the lower half cuts between those. Q1 is 19.5. And then I go to my upper half, again, even number. So I'm going to take the average of 31 and 38, which is, when you add those together, you get 69. You divide by 2, and you get 34.5. So Q3 is 34.5. Again, that cuts between those two numbers. So now when you're looking at this and saying, okay, I think I'm done, do I have the same number of values between all of my quartiles? I have 2, and then 2, 2, and 2. They're all equal, so I know that my quartiles are correct.